All right, here we are, Mr. Hathim. It's the first person to leave a comment. Thank you, Mr. Hathim. All right, so we're jumping over here. Let's see. We're jumping in. Let's grab our menu. This is our BGS return from April. We're ready to do a new BGS submission, by the way. Same with tag. We're ready to do a new tag submission. We got to get those done before it's time to do the next PSA submission. Same with the CGC, actually. I haven't done a CGC submission in a while. All right. BGS return, the April submission. Let's see. Any other interesting things? Man. What's the big thing right now? Tons of Magic. Oh, wait. Also, Final Fantasy Magic Restock live card shop. I got more Final Fantasy boxes in the mail today. I got a Gem 2 box in the mail today, so I'm very, very pleased with that because we got it at the old price. Yes, we got a case of the Gem 2 at the old price. Very nice. That just arrived. All right, there we go. This is the highlight of my day. What about the BBC submission? Oh, the British Broadcast Network, huh? Yeah, that's coming soon. Yeah, let's see. What an unfortunate name or acronym for their. It's not. It's 2025. And it's not a great acronym. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this. Let's go ahead and open this. Yeah, they got to change that. Let me see. Yeah, BBC.com. That's a British broadcast. Is it British Broadcast Channel? Is that what it is? Nah, they can't change that, dude. Nope. If I was them, I'd be having a real talk about that. I'd be like, maybe we should change our acronym. Why? No reason. All right, so they still have our submission, BGS does, from February. And they still have our submission from May, neither of which have made any progress, but the April one is back. Good. We had some people in here from April. Let's take a quick look at that. We're heading over to our Discord. Well, first, let's get a link to our YouTube live stream, and let's share that. Yeah, ping our Discord, right? I think Alex already did that. Is Alex here? Yes, Alex already did that. That's good. And now I'm going to go ahead and let the other Discord server know that we're live. Good. Okay, we've done that. Now, we're going to head back to our main Discord server, to the returns channel, and here's where I pinged for the BGS April submission. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the link to the live stream. So now, people who want to see their return can click on that link and see the return. It's at right at the beginning of the stream. Okay, and now I've got a whole bunch of emails to delete. Got a ton of emails. Tons and tons of emails. Okay, whew, that was a lot of emails. Here's a junky email here. Oh yeah, how did that one video perform? I posted a Gengar video. You know, it did well on Instagram and TikTok. How well did it do on YouTube? I haven't even checked. Let's jump over here. Let's check out the the shorts. It's just now hitting 1,000 views. That's not very good. You know, I find that when you have a 3-minute long short, it just does not perform as good as a minute long short. And that's not true on Instagram, that's not true on TikTok, but on YouTube it is true. YouTube does not like 3-minute videos. It really prefers the 1-minute video, which is too bad because then I end up kind of designing all my videos around YouTube, whereas TikTok and Instagram would have liked a longer one, so that's too bad. Okay, those are just my thoughts there. Let's head over to the BGS submission channel in our Discord server. So here it is. Here's our BGS April submission. We got a couple well, first of all, I noticed a couple spots are missing. I'm betting that was a trade between me and Brandon. So that's why spots number 1 and 2 aren't there. Here's Chensek Vong. He's got a couple cards. Fujimi Akeno High School, Kadokawa Sneaker Bunko, Arisa signed. Haruhi Suzumiya signed. Okay. So, oh, it's Sneaker Bunker Volume 2. And then that one's Sneaker Bunker is Volume 1. Sneaker Volume 2, Doggy Girls. Weiss Schwartz, Sneaker Bunko, Sleeping Princess signed. Okay, then we have Joshua Whipple, One Piece Wanted poster. That one's easy, it's right on the top. Mr. LaFlame, Nikke signature, blue hair. Nikke signature, blue hair. LaFlame, Goddess of Victory, Showtime Blanc. LaFlame. Let's see. Sneaker Bunko, Two Further Heights, McGuman. Oh, he's got a McGuman in here. Ooh. Raul Mendoza, Drowsy AR. Tammy Lowe's got 3. Chinese Pipichu, Lightning Full Art, and Ho-Oh SAR. That should be good. And then there's 2 Brandon Wong here. Let's see. This is Lover's Trip and Elise Lee's Hidden Ambition. So we'll be wondering if those did good or not. But they are back. We submitted them in April, and now it's July. So that took us, 3 months? 3-month turnaround time. All right. So let's see how it went. Well, this is Joshua Whipple's. That's easy enough. Oh, maybe I should have grabbed some more sleeves. I'm going to have to grab more sleeves, guys. I already know it. Throw that away. So this is for Joshua Whipple. You can see I have some cards in there too. I don't remember what anyone's cards look like, so this could take a while to sort out. But this one's easy. This one's easy. So you got a nice pristine on your Wanted Luffy card. That is better than a PSA 10. It is. People know that it is much, much harder to get a pristine BGS 10 than a PSA 10. Of course, nowadays, PSA's grading is so strict that they're getting a little closer to each other, but I believe this still goes for a premium. I believe people still believe this is harder to get. I think it is. Because this is really hard to get. Pristine is very hard to get. So that is what? Joshua Whipple. Okay, Joshua, first one. There you go, Joshua. Congratulations. Got a pristine. Pristine's very good. Right? Think of Logan Paul, how he wanted a pristine on that Charizard. Remember that? And so did Gary, by the way. Gary said they wouldn't give him one. He said he tested all his Charizards. They didn't give him one. And then what do you know? Logan Paul comes in and they're like, oh, this is pristine. Whew. All right. The April one came back before the February one. That's right. That's exactly what I'm saying. I don't know why they did it that way. That's how they decided to do it. I don't like it. That means maybe something's holding up the February one. Or maybe they're weird and they just, maybe they got like a pile of my submissions to work on and they accidentally grabbed April and left February laying around. I don't know. Not a very good system then, but I'm betting something either held it up or they just chose this one. Oh, by the way, there were also some cards returned ungraded. Okay, so here they are. Oh my gosh. Look, crude. Oh, nudie. Content. I'm going to bet this one's also crude. So all of the sexiest cards got returned. It's an official Weiss card. This is also an official Weiss card. Man, I'm pretty sure they keep our money on that. Don't they keep the money? This is too crude, guys. They're not even naked. They're just really sexy. They're wearing string bikinis. Has BGS never been to the beach? Have you never been to the beach? I went to the beach multiple times in my life, and every single time I went, there are ladies in string bikinis with their cheeks out and everything. That's just what you see at the beach. Not every time I've gone, but I've seen it multiple times. String bikini. They're called string bikinis. Oh, I don't want to touch it. Okay. Here we are. Okay. So there we go. Those are cards we have had graded multiple times. CGC will grade them. So CGC it is. It's really sad that BGS is proved that way. It's an official Weiss card. Those are official Weiss cards. Weiss is not Playboy. Here we are. All right. If I sent them a naked, vintage drawing from the 1800s and it showed breast or something, they'd be like, oh, this is fine art. But you do it today and they're like, that's corn. What? She's not even doing anything. All right, I don't know. CGC grades Juicy Honey. Do they really? Okay, well, that's problem solved. All right. So let's get started. Chensik Vong, and by the way, how do these numbers work? Are these numbers sequential? Is that how they're working? They're all over the place. All right, but here is a 1814734 Okay, cool. So they're sequential in a similar way that PSA is. So the moment we find Fujimi Ultimate S Akeno High School, we should be able to just search another way. Akeno High School, huh? Number 48S, is that what it says? I'm not very good at this looking for these because these are all girl cards. They graded that one. That one's full of cheekage. Look at that. That's tons of cheekage. All right. There's the doggy girls. Look, you can see some stuff down here. There's some camel toe. They graded that, but not the other one. I don't know. I don't know how they draw these lines, but they got some lines to draw, I guess. I don't know. I guess we're showing off the grades really rapidly here, too. Here is the 9.5. That sucks, dude. You know, if you want me to try to cross this over to PSA, we can work on that to try and turn that into a PSA 10, okay? PSA 10 would be better than a BGS 9.5. And you know what? It probably would cross. Just pricey to cross it. The other option is to crack it and try to cross it. Sneaker Bunko. There's that Drowsy 9.5. Very difficult to get 10s, guys. Very difficult. They don't want to hand out 10s. 9.5. Here's Asuka. Oh, there's a black label. I think that might be one of mine. Okay. That's Asuka. We're looking for a Keno. Fujimi Ultimate S, a Keno High School. Here's a Fujimi Fantasia Bunko Volume 2. Okay, someone got a pristine on a signature. That's nice. What up, Mr. After? Good afternoon. Hey, what's up, man? This is kind of a nightmare for me because I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't have like an image of the card in my head because I have no idea what any of these girl cards represent. When I read the title, it doesn't mean anything to me. Okay, so we did not find it. Is it one of the ones that got rejected, possibly? Maybe it's one of the ones that got rejected. Let's take a quick look at the ones that got rejected. So I recognize a couple of them as Fujimi Volume 1. So let's see. This one's Fujimi Volume 1. This one's Asuka High School. Okay. Do they have a name on it? Yes, 2014 Asuka High School. Oh, wait, here it is. Akeno Himajima. Number 48S. What's the number on this one? No, this one says like number 33. Okay, so that's 33, but it's given me a clue. A raging clue. Katakawa Sneaker Bunko Volume 2, After the Speech, RRR, Call to the Spirit of the Wind. All right, I'm going to try and... This is very confusing. I'm going to try and find them. Yeah, when I'm looking for a Pokemon card, if it says, you know, black and white, monochrome, Reshiram, Zekrom, I know exactly what we're looking for visually in my mind. When we're talking about these girl cards, I got no clue, actually. Mr. Rechat, you just passed it, mister. I just passed it. What does it look like? Number 48S. I'm going to go after the number instead of anything else. They don't make that part easy either. Obviously, it's not Dark Gyarados. He's going to the side. He's very easy. That's probably LaFlames. It got a 10 on it. Oh, that's a nice clue. Raging clue. Second to the last slab. Yeah, I got like 5 piles in front of me. I have no clue what any of that means. But here's this. Could it be this? That ends in 17. My hot waifu Dark Gyarados. This is no good. Let me set this to the side. Create different piles. You're saying it got a 10. Tell me what it looked like. What was going on the card? We got to start somewhere. Middle right stacks. Middle right, like this? Like this? That's Katakawa. Fruit of Grisai, recognize that. This is, so those are all Sneaker Bunko. Middle right stack, I don't know what you're talking about. There's only one card in the middle. All right. It's just going to take forever, guys. I'm sorry. It's already 4:58. We're already 15 minutes in. This is just going to take forever. This sucks. Maybe I should take a picture of them to save myself time in the future. These cartoon girls look too old. Have you come across my drowsy? Got a 9.5. Sorry, man. That's one. That's so this is Final Fantasy. That's easy. And this is Hello Kitty. That's easy. Okay. All right. Here's another Gyarados. Here's an Ethan's Ho-Oh. Here's an Altaria. Those are easy. Let's get those off to the side. Black-haired girl with a white dress. That does narrow it down, actually, yes. That should narrow it down. He said black-haired girl with a white dress. Okay, good. White dress. Okay, here's Pikachu. Oops. Still don't see it. A lot of waifu cards. I just ran basically through all of them. Did you guys not see it again? This one? Nope. Oh, that's a white-haired girl. It's the other way around. This one? Nope, that ends in 55. Is it this one? 48S. The Ultimate S, a Keno. Oh, wow, I would have missed that. All right, see, that's so difficult. Okay, we found the first one. Graded 10, nice. So that is from Fujimi Volume 1. That's a Fujimi Volume 1 card. Got a nice 10 on it. Good. Now, your next card is Kadokawa Sneaker Bunko Volume 2 Arisa signed. This is Sneaker Bunko Volume 2, 38 SP. Okay, good. And the number is 349. You know, it might be easier for me to just look for 350. Like, seriously. Because, again, I'm just not very good at the girl cards at all. 350. Well, we know it's a signature card, too. Jesus. Should end in... Oh, wait. No. It says 293. Should end in 294. Should end in 294. Okay. Sorry about that. 294 is what we're looking for. Would you be open to sending sealed products if someone requested shipping? Yeah, I don't mind. We've done that before. We're looking for 294. 294. Oh my god, dude. This is a train wreck. I'm not good at locating girl cards. I have no clue what they look like. The names are all meaningless to me. Like, the whole title is completely meaningless. Like, when it said high school or whatever, that means nothing to me. Do the numbers not add up sequentially? I just assumed that it might work that way. Okay, that might not be a good way to locate them. They might not actually be sequential. You missed it. Right stack right now. Nice. Okay, let's go looking for that. I might have to take pictures of the girl cards when we do this so that I don't go crazy looking for them later. Okay, it's in the right stack right now. And it's called Sneaker Bunko Volume 2 Arisa signed. So we're going to look for a signature. That's Kursai. That's not signed. This is Haruhi. That's not Sneaker Bunko, that's Azura. Arisa. And this actually says 298. So now we know. PSA cards, the numbers are sequential. BGS, they are not. This jumps from 293 to 298. So the way their system works, probably something like this. You got one guy handing out grades, and he uses up a database number. And then there's another guy also handing out numbers at the same time. So in the time that these two numbers got handed out, someone else handed out probably 5 other numbers. So now we know they're not sequential. I don't like that. It should be sequential. I don't know why they would want it any other way. That's the best way to do it. Now, the next card is Suzumiya signed. Suzumiya 65 SP. 65 SP. And what set is it? Sneaker Bunko? Oh my god, dude. Right, like, why is there no number up here? Oh, here it is. 65. Is it Haruhi? Got it. Okay, Haruhi, we got it. So that is your third one. Good, we're making progress. The next one says Doggy Girls. That one's a little bit easier. Yes, watch me struggle, guys. Watch me struggle. Here it is. So there's Doggy Girls. Sneaker Volume 2 Doggy Girls. Okay, very good. 9.5s on those Doggy Girls. That sucks, man. Are these girl cards going up in value like Pokemon? Presumably. I'm pretty sure they flip. Okay, and then Sleeping Princess signed. This is Sneaker Bunko 037 SP Sleeping Princess signed. Sleeping Princess is a clue. Is she asleep in the actual card? Is it this one? Weiss Schwartz, Azure Lane. Nope, that's Azure Lane. Sneaker Bunko. Sleeping Princess. None of those. Interesting. No black label? I think there was like one black label. Is it one of the ones that was rejected? What's the number on it? Weiss Schwartz, Sneaker Bunko, 037. No, I don't think it is. It's not one of the rejected ones. Am I really missing it? Is it really just not in front of us? God dang, this sucks so much. Number 037. I'm just going to look for that. 037. I'm looking directly on the card. I'm not even going to look at the label. There's no point. BTC at 115. Yeah, I saw that. That's great, man. Let's see. Oh, this is it. She's not sleeping at all. 037. SP. Katakawa Sneaker Bunko 037 SP. There it is. All right. Checking time VOG. That was difficult, man. 9.5, 9.5, 9.5, 10, 10. So that shows you guys how difficult it can be to get a 10 at BGS, because all these cards, I promise, look nearly flawless when we submitted them. It's a nice looking card. To them, that's a 9.5. So BGS very consistently abuses your cards. They take your cards and they say, none of these deserve a 10. And so your dreams of getting a black label are super, super, super rare. You will not be getting black label. Black label is an exceptionally hard to acquire grade. All right, so that is for our friend Chenzig Vong. We're finally done with the first couple cards from the return, and it was super hard to find them. And so I got to think about potentially doing pictures in the future. It's just when I read the name, no image pops up in my head. Like if you say Charizard, I know I'm looking for a Charizard. When you say Sleeping Beauty, I've got no clue what that means. Could mean anything. So sorting these out. Good thing it's a small submission too. You know, imagine it was like a 40 card for you guys, 40 cards submitted. It could take forever to find everything. Prayed for times like this. Very nice, man. Please, come on. Joshua Whipple, One Piece wanted Luffy poster. That got a pristine, right? That one got a pristine, did it not? We just showed that one off. So that was the next one in the queue, the line. Here it is, wanted poster. Got a 10. Very good. Okay, LaFlame, Signature Blue Hair, 086. Weiss Schwartz, Goddess of Victory, Showtime Blanc. Okay, and then Weiss Schwartz, Sneaker Bunko, To Further Heights, McGuman. This must be the McGuman, To Further Heights. 2019, got a 9.5. Man, so rough, dude. So rough. Showtime Blanc, SSP. SSP. So that's a... Wait. There's two Sneaker Bunko girls. Oh. You've definitely got this one. Is that right? Let's see. McGuman SBR. SBR, there it is. So there it is, your signature. Came back 9.5, unfortunately. If you want me to try and cross this to PSA, I'll help you with that, okay? This one might be mine. If you want me to try and cross that to PSA, I'll help you with that. Mine's with the signature, yes. So blue hair signature. You know, it's funny. Saying blue hair signature is almost more useful than talking about anything else, because I can find a girl with blue hair and a signature on it very quickly. You have to remember that. Like, here's a blue-haired signature card. And what was the number on blue hair signature? Nikke blue hair 086. 086. All right. So, wow, just saying blue hair signature worked better. You got a pristine on this one, so that's good. That one's got a pristine blue hair signature. Now we want Showtime Blanc, which is an SSP. Showtime Blanc. Oh, that's the bunny girl, isn't it? Hold on. Showtime Blanc 031. Found it. Nice. All right. Getting 2 pristines. That's not so bad. It's kind of a bummer, though. The most desirable card got the 9.5. Now, again, what I would do with this, if I were you, I would cross it with PSA in a cross grading. I don't know if I would crack it. You could crack it, too. I mean, it's possible to crack it. There's a chance for damage during the cracking, but if you can get this out without cracking it, without hurting it, and send this back off to PSA, if this card were to get a 10 with PSA, I think it's more valuable in a PSA 10. So this one's definitely, if it was my own card, I'd write on it right away, regrade. That's why I would write. And I probably would not crack it if it was my own card. It's too expensive. I'd probably send it in for a cross grade so that PSA cracks it, and I'd give it proper insurance. So if PSA screws that up, they got to pay. So that's what I would do. If it was a cheap card, I'd just crack it out. Also, if I was a big gambler, if I like to gamble with it, I'd just crack it out. There's always the chance they give it a lower grade, like a 9. But also, there's a chance that you damage it while cracking it. All right, so those are the risks. All right, here you go. Look at that, nice. So you got some pristines. That's good. That's good news on those. Just a bummer about the signature one. I wonder why that one got the 9.5. It is. Of course, if it was tag grading, we'd know exactly why, because tag grading, they do something even more useful than subgrades. They do a full grading report on a website. That is the smartest move I've seen in the grading industry, is a grading report. Everyone should have that. It should just be default. Who doesn't want a grading report on their card where the grader actually explains in detail what it is? Okay. Solar Flame. Let me take a picture of this for you and post it to your channel. Oh, we got to start doing that for Jonathan Morris. I completely forgot a bit about that. Ugh, not keeping up. Got to keep up. All right, so give me a minute. I'll take a quick picture here for you. Under the Flame channel, so you know what you got. Again, the girl card there with the 9.5 is definitely a high desire to regrade that one into a PSA 10, because PSA's grades are still easier to acquire than BGS's. There it is. All right. Big brother tonight, baby. What? Set that over there. So you got a picture of those now, Mr. LaFlame. And Raul Mendoza, he got the Drowsy. So we ran into the Drowsy earlier. Mr. Raul Mendoza sent an English Drowsy. It would be pretty insane if it had gotten Black Label. But instead of getting Black Label, it did not even get pristine. Why? Because they're very rough when they grade your cards at BGS. There it is. So this Drowsy is probably worth a cross grade as well. There it is. So that's for our friend, Mr. Raul Mendoza. He looks very nice. And so we probably looked him over and said, hey, he's not too bad looking. I would like to cross grade. How much would it be? So cross grading with PSA, it's definitely not cheap. It could be in the $50 range. For a really expensive card, maybe worth $500 or more, it's worth the trouble. I have a stack of cards myself that I prepare for cross grade. And I only ever send them high-end cards for cross grade. If it's too cheap, I just crack it and regrade it. But the high-end stuff, Because what you don't want is you don't want a PSA 9. When you cross grade, you can control that. When you cross grade, you can say, look, if this doesn't get a 10, don't crack it. And then they'll say, okay. And so if your card is deemed PSA 9, they keep it in the BGS 9.5 holder. See the value of that? So that's very important with high-end cards. All right. So now we got Miss Tammy, Chinese Pikachu. Oh, so this was probably yours. She also had the Lightning Full Art. Let's see if I can find that Lightning card. Let me know the cost. I'll send now. Okay. Grab this. I'll have to rush to see if I've got anything to throw in with you so that we're efficient. Let's see. HOOSAR. Dang, that Lightning got a 9.5. Oh, but the best card got a pristine. Oh, ow. The best card got a pristine. Stupid lamp. The lamp bounced back at me. There it goes. The Coney Island Amusement Park is shutting down after 100 years. Well, that's a good reason to shut down right there. It's too old. Going to send in to regrade the Drowsy with tag at the nighttime stream. Now, hold on. So for the Drowsy to regrade at the nighttime stream would require me to crack it out. I'm not offering to crack your card. I currently don't crack anyone's card for them. It's too dangerous. You could crack your own card, but to have me crack it would require, I don't know, some sort of insurance or agreement or something. And then I don't know if I'd want to do it for free anyways, because it actually takes some time and effort. So, for example, let's say 10 people wanted their cards re-cracked. You're talking like over an hour of work on that. They don't crack in like 50. They don't crack in like 50 seconds. They crack after like 5 minutes. So it's a slow thing because you don't want to damage the card. So I don't know if I want to even offer that because it's so high risk. Here we are. Like I said, I don't even do it with my own cards if it's too high value of a card. You know, sometimes these BGS sleeves get the air trapped in them. It's so weird. Any black labels? Yeah, there was like one black label of a card that I didn't recognize. It might be one of mine, actually. Do it for La Flame. La Flame will risk it. All right, here we are. Mr. Which Destined Rivals card better, the Ho-Oh or the Moltres? I'm a big fan of Team Rocket cards, so I'm going to have to say the Rocket Moltres. Here it is. So this is for Tammy. Same deal, Tammy. See these 9.5s? They could be cracked and regraded. They could also just be held and sold as 9.5s. They could be commissioned. They could be cross-graded. I don't know if I'd cross-grade them unless they were really expensive. Cross-grading is where you keep it in the holder, and there's a real service by PSA where you send it to them graded, and they crack it out of the holder and put it in a PSA holder. And you can choose the minimum grade for them to crack it. So you can say the only thing we want are 10s, and if we can't have a 10, don't crack it. That's called a cross grade. There we go. So Tammy's done. All right, now we have Mr. Brandon, but Brandon traded those back to me. So that would mean the rest of these cards are mine? All this is mine? That's a lot. I didn't know I had so much. All right, here goes, guys. So the rest of these cards belong to moi. Here goes. So we got, here's the skunk lady. She was in the other set. She had like a stinky butt. Look, she's taking a picture of her butt here. She's got her cell phone. Here's the girl in the bath. A long time ago, I almost created a RNG product where you would pull random girl cards that were ungraded. And then I kind of stroked my chin and said, wait a second, why don't I just grade them? And so that's what I did. So now we've got cards like this. This is from 2024, Sneaker Bunko Volume 2. Is it really? Oh, Fantasia Bunko Volume 2. That doesn't seem right. Isn't this an older card than that? I thought this was an older card. I thought this is an older card, this one right here. I swear, this card... No. I know what I'm talking about now. No, that's correct. Okay, so here's a Sneaker Bunko Pristine. Here's a Azure Lane Volume 2, 9.5. They graded this. They won't grade the other ones. Too crude. I will cross-grade. Don't want to give trouble for Mr. I don't mind paying the premium. Well, for yours, I recommend a cross-grade anyways. If I were you, I wouldn't bother cracking that one. At the risk, PSA gives it a 9, which would be devastating. It would be a huge loss, actually. So these got 9.5s. Now, these could get cracked. The Japanese Gyarados is not terribly expensive, and so these could very well be cracked. Here is Fujimi Bunko Volume 2 signature. Here's this lady with the nice red hair. She got 9.5. That sucks. The doggy girl got a 10. That's great. Whatever this is, got a 9.5. So I suspect some of these were traded to me, whether graded or ungraded, by Brandon. So, you know, like he was trading me raw cards as well as cards he had already sent off. So I assume that's how I got a hold of some of these. We have this card from Sneaker Bunko, got a 9.5, terrible. Here's a signature Fruit of Grisai. How did I get Fruit of Grisai signature? I don't remember that. Did no one have Fruit of Grisai, really? This is mine? Somebody had to have traded me this. It must have been Brandon, I don't know. Here's this blue dress girl. They did grade one of the Osaka High School girls. That's a promo. Got a 9.5. So this same card got a 10 with PSA and sold for like over $100. BGS, 9.5. So I'd have been better off sending that to PSA. Now I have to spend more money regrading it. Here is a 9 on this, so that will not be regraded. Oh, look at this. My Melody. There's a My Melody SP. I guess it just gets a pristine. That's lovely. Here's Sneaker Bunko. Here's Sneaker Bunko. So these 9.5s probably could have been 10s with PSA. And that's what you have to think about when you grade with BGS. This is why BGS isn't even more popular. Look, another 9.5. That sucks. I know this character's popular. I have no idea why. But she's the most expensive card in Sneaker Bunko. So I sent out a common holo. Got a 9.5. Waste of time, waste of money. This nice card got a 10. This is the only black label in our return, it appears. Azure Lane 2. Excuse me, Azure Lane 2. It's a simple SR. What do you think it's worth? Like $200 or something? I don't know. Okay, Bikini Girl, number 500. Here's Osaka High School DXD. Bra Girl. Again, I have no clue. I definitely do not understand any of these girl cards. Was there any more of them? I think that's it. I think that's the whole return. There you have it, guys. And then there were the rejected cards. Maybe the rejected cards were all mine. So, dang, dude. I wasted all that money on those rejected cards. All right. Mister, I want to buy the Gyarados 9.5. So those Gyarados were definitely not... So they're not a throwaway card in this situation. I will probably want to physically crack those out of the holders and send those back off to Tag or to PSA to attempt for a 10. So those, I will not want to sell them at what there's a possibly I could sell them at a price where it makes sense to do, you know, sell them immediately as 9.5s rather than try to regrade them. There's probably a price where that makes sense. But I will not want to take a big loss on those particular cards because if they were to just get PSA 10s or Tag 10s, they would be worth a lot. Let me go ahead and put this into the designated BGS box now. We have our BGS box. And I got to put this somewhere. I don't really know where. All right, that's it. The BGS return is in. Whew. One black label out of the whole submission, and that's probably lucky anyways. They probably could have been like, nah, don't give this a black label. What do you think that's worth? I don't know what it would be worth. I have no clue. How much for the black label? I really don't know. I just know that if it's black label, they tend to be really unusually expensive. Let me grab this Chensek Vong stuff and put it over here. Okay, Chensek Vong. All right, we can officially begin, everybody. Time to start looking into orders. Eddie Mendoza ordered shipping. 6 ordered 1 waifu shuffle. We did those last night, I'm pretty sure. So those are done. Now we've got Chensek Vong. He says $9 for shipping. Slabs, bags, BGS return. Okay, so you've got bags. Let's go take a look for them. Worth 10 BBC. Dark Gyarados is only 70 as a 10. Nothing crazy. Okay, so he might be available for sale because I know it's going to cost me money even to send him in for the regrade. This is Chensek Vong. Let's see. Like if he's a certain price above the cost of grading, it's worth it to take the time to regrade him because if you didn't know this, BGS 9.5s often regrade into PSA 10. It's a normal thing for them to cross into PSA 10. BGS has actually talked about upgrading their 9.5s to 10 before, but I think people didn't like that. Imagine if they did, though, how crazy that would be. My apologies. I thought you were selling them. I understand. No, you don't have to apologize. We'll look into selling them, okay? We'll look into that. Okay, so here we go. Let's start getting this working. Man, you can hear the boats going by outside. It makes me so jealous. Okay, I've got your address from before. And we'll make this package a little heavier. We're currently verifying up-to-date rates. That was the BGS return. Notably, I had a lot of trouble identifying the girl cards. There's a problem with the stamps. Why is there always a problem with the stamps? Is there ever a time where there is not a problem with the stamps? Seems like there's only ever a problem. There it goes. Sorry, we can't print that. All right, good. So what's fun about the BGS return is how many girl cards came back. I sent an awful lot of girl cards to BGS. And now that I've got a couple of those back, we can start adding more cards to the waifu shuffle. How nice is that? William Wafter says, shipping, please. Discord message with details. Okay, let's see. Mr. William. So, you would have a box or bag down here. Get into your stuff down here. William Wafter. Here is a Yugi Tao. So, William, how much stuff did you have? Do you remember? I asked that because I don't want to miss anything. So if you had like multiple bags, and you can, if you actually say I have a whole bunch of bags, it keeps me looking. Okay, nothing in box number 1. Maybe we place box number 1 over here for the, maybe we place box number 1 for the moment over here. I got too much stuff, man. I need like more space. That is one thing I struggle with all the time. There's never enough space over here. There's just 500,000 small things going on around me all the time. So this one is a Zachary Stex and a walled beer. Okay. I got a black label Nami for 25 bucks at a yard sale. What? Nah. I don't believe that. Okay. Nobody's selling black label anything for 25 bucks. Okay, you're not in box number 2. Here's box number 3 for William Wafter. I only have one bag. Perfect. William Wafter. Ta-da! Okay, Yolen's got a lot of bags, more walled beer bags. Just taking a look, seeing what we got laying around. Studying the boxes. Put this over here. Well, we haven't seen Zach Stex in a couple days. Hope he's doing all right. You forgot to ship my Eevee deck box. Oh. That's not a surprise. You know, those are odd things to ship. I probably even said that. When it comes to shipping, if you guys have something odd, like normally we don't even ship those things out. Normally we just keep those things, but they were valuable this time. The deck box was valuable. So what happens, those actually do not sit on the table, and they do not rest with the slabs either. They're in a third spot, an odd spot that Alexis probably did not check. So that is what's going on. So if you have an item like that, you got to make a little effort with me to remind Alexis that it's there. You might have done that. I don't remember if you did. You might have done that. But I either wrote it down on the label or I didn't. And if I didn't write it on the label, she probably did not check. Because it's such a, you know, it's like you and like 3 other people probably have one of those sitting downstairs. And again, it's in an odd spot. And if you think about the way she works, she's not going to check every label to see if each label has a, you know, a little thing. So I apologize. It's just our system. It's just a bit odd, you know, the way we store everything. It doesn't sit with the normal stuff. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so I see the shipping order. This time the shipping order did not include a note about the EV box. So how you want to do it? You want to maybe combine it with the next time you ship out? Would that be okay? That would save us a little money. Technically, we can just lose money and ship it out for you right now. I don't mind doing that to keep you happy. So if that is what you need to be happy, let me know. But if it's not a huge deal, then we could combine it with the next one. You just let me know. And then when you make the next label, just mention it. What do you think? Repent for your gooning sins as Jesus will visit us at the end of the year. It's all good. Just keep it there. Okay, good. So the good news is it's here. It's safe. It's still yours. Everything in that regard is perfectly fine. We'll get it on your next round of shipping, and you'll get your little EV box. Just do me a favor, because I'll forget it. I know I will. Mention it on the shipping. It really grabbed my attention, and then I'll write it on the label. I'll say, don't forget his little EV box on the label, and she'll go looking for it. If you saw the shipping, it's a really interesting system. We got these big slab boxes, right? And there's like 100 of them, like AB, AD, AF, you know, that kind of stuff, right? Kind of like what we have over here. Let me show you. So if we look over there, AA, AK, AM, AN, A3, AAAK, AN1, AL2. It's just like that with the shipping too. It's exactly like that. It's a system that allows you to alphabetically order the cards. And you can't just have an A box and a B box and a C box. There's actually so many slabs that move that you need like 3 A boxes with different alphabetized options. And so it's this huge wall of shelves, all with slabs in it. And the EVs just don't fit in with the other slabs. The reason there's 3 A boxes is because they're all full. There's no room left. So we go, okay, what should we do with this? We got an oddball shelf. The oddball shelf has graded booster packs. It's got jumbo cards on it. It's got like jumbo silver. And then, yes, it'll have something like, like an EV box. So that's where all that goes. It all sits on the odd shelf. But the problem is there's only like 10 of those items ever. There's just not a lot. So she doesn't check each label for it. And I don't blame her. I think I remember making the same mistakes when I used to do the shipping. All right, enough of that. Let's go ahead. That's a fun thing to explain. Maybe one day I'll give you guys a picture of our shipping setup. Okay. Oh, William, are we shipping you for the very first time? Mr. Umbreon, Sylvia, and PSA 10 slabs, $30 each. Definitely Ivan style slabs. Pay extra for the premium service. Who wants to pay extra for the premium? Would you be able to verify that the Rick and Morty sketch card is in the bag, please? Yes, I can feel it. Here it is. Do you see his blue hair? There he is. All right, so he is in there. Have no fear. And let's see. We're looking for William Wafter. We're going to host TCC Bible studies in Discord. It will be my son. Amen. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. If you're Jesus Christ already, I think you would have said, it will be my father. Amen. Oh, I see. So this is not a... oh, I see. Is this a Venmo shipment? Discord message with details. Okay, I'm going over to Discord. I'm going to ask you for your email. So give me your email. I want your email so I can give you the tracking number automatically. Okay, William? Sorry about the caps. Okay, that looks good. And good, we've got an email now. So the email is a great thing. What happens with your email, now you will automatically receive tracking numbers. So that is very useful. Okay, good. And all this gets saved, so next time I don't have to do it. And it's much faster to ship you next time. Okay. And just a reminder to people too, be very, very careful. When you move, I must know. You must grab me by the neck and shake me and go, I moved! We don't want any missed shipments. I think we had one of those this year where I misshipped a Captain Pikachu to a guy's old address. And technically that should be his loss. I went ahead and bought him a $100 Pikachu and replaced it just to be nice. I don't even know if he still hangs out, actually. I can't remember who it was or if he still hangs out. But the point of the story is I try to make you guys happy, even if I feel like, I did things right on my side. We have to know if your old address is not to be used, okay? So very important. All right. He gave me a caps lock answer. So let's go ahead and delete this. Let me warn something. To Karis, we have some Walmart stuff coming in. Oh. Let's see. We're having work done on that house John was renting, and Karis is telling me, he's running into new issues, and so he needs more money. They found that the boards underneath the carpet were rotting. So gross. All right. Potentially from a dog peeing indoors. Okay, and then also, I need to tell you this. I ordered some stuff from Walmart, and I don't want it sitting outside in the summer heat, so I'm going to ask her to pick it up. Okay. I ran out of Oreos. What? Oreos? Shouldn't it be more like 2,000 years old? John destroyed that house. I'm not going to lie. The house requires thousands and thousands of dollars of repair. It's a really frustrating thing. The de-smoking is the biggest expense, but he also left it rather dirty. And as it turns out, it costs a lot of money to clean a very dirty house. But then also, there is a room where I suspect the dog was urinating over and over and over again. The guy who's recarpeting that room is showing us that the plyboards underneath seem to have like grown welts or something, right? Like they've expanded as if water was being poured on them. So he says those cannot remain if he's going to redo the flooring. So now he's going to pull up the plyboards, and that's going to cost us $500 more. So it's amazing. So great. Louis, the type to sit outside. John destroyed that house. I've offered to rent and clean and remodel it. We've already got a guy. He's doing it for $7,000, and that assumes nothing else needs to be done afterwards. But we already pretty much suspect more will need to be done afterwards. So we'll see what it looks like when it's all done. Hopefully, it's real nice when it's done. Yeah, it's pretty freaking bad. That's awful. Subfloor pulled up, refloor, seal it with pad, then carpet. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so Joshua Whipple, ship me out. I have a bag and the Luffy wanted. Okay, so we're getting some shipping in for the orders here today, guys, because of the BGS return. People who are in that return want their stuff. Let's get you your stuff. Joshua Whipple, congratulations, man. You got one of the better returns. You graded a single card, and it was just pristine. And it was a good card, too. It wasn't Black Label. Black Label would have been insane. There was only one Black Label in the whole submission. That's too bad. But we're going to keep trying. Those BGS returns are very special because of the possibility of the Black Labels. All my Gyarados were 9.5s? That's ridiculous. Okay, Joshua Whipple. Good to go. Stamps has a problem. Can't ship your label. I trained the dogs for a while. No excuse for that neglect. Well, he was living alone. Maybe he was, because you can't take the dog out while you're at work, and he was working. Maybe he was locking the dog up in one room. I don't know. But I know which room it is. That's the room that had the dog smell in it, and I wonder if the dog was just urinating in that room. One of the people who offered to do the, here we go. One of the people who offered to do the fix on the home told us that there was an enormous amount of dog feces and urine in one of the rooms. And I was like, I didn't see the dog feces, so I didn't know what they were talking about. But I did smell the bad dog smell, and I was like, all right, probably the urine is correct. It is. When will the next shipment for BGS go out? Probably pretty soon now that this one's back. It's encouraging, so we're going to get a fresh shipment out. I think we ought to put this in the Waifu Shuffle box. Don't you guys think? There ought to be something like this in there. It's pretty cool. I just don't know what it's worth. Dog poop. I didn't see that. I didn't see the dog poop. Maybe it was in the corner of the room or something. I didn't really walk the house too carefully because I did not want to be in there. It smelled so unsavory. It smelled like weed, cigarettes, and piss. That is the combination. And it's a very poor thing. Shouldn't have been that way. Let's see. Her name's Chiyoda. All right, let's see. There are no black labels of this card. Not a good thing. All right, so, but it looks like normally this card sells for about $45-ish. So it's a $45 PSA 10. You guys, give me an estimate. What do you think the BGS 10 should cost on a card that would normally cost you 40 bucks? My brain's saying maybe around 200. That's what, times 5? Because if you sent 5 of these, they probably still wouldn't give you a black label. I want to hear what you guys think would be a fair black label price. Joshua Whipple, you are on your way. Matthew Hill, Metazoo, Jim Break. Oh, look at that. He says 200 as well. So we have a little bit of consensus there. That's just my gut saying about that much. All right, Matthew. So, Matthew, if you were watching, you lost a round to Mr. David Smith on the Metazoo break. You lost a round. He didn't pull anything, though. Nothing good came out. And then there was another break, and David Smith bought both spots in the break. So he opened a whole nother pack, and something like Ghost Deer or something came out of that one. So now you're on a fresh round, Matthew Hill. This is a fresh round. No Mothman has been pulled. All right. Here we are. Very good. Rue was blowing it up on the carpet, potentially. There we go. That has been the Nightmare House. We might fix it up and re-rent it. We can't decide. Like, when we talk to AI about it... Oh, that's David Smith. I'm sorry. We were talking about David Smith. When I talk to AI about it, it advises that I do not sell the home. It actually advises that I continue renting it. And the reason for that is because we got such a great mortgage on it. We got a very good mortgage on that house, a kind of mortgage that is not obtainable today in 2025 in Lake of the Ozarks. The house was acquired for about $140,000 on a 4.8% mortgage. That's a pretty affordable home. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom as well. It's decently sized. And it's in a nice location. The neighborhood's very nice. It's secluded, comfortable. Everyone there takes care of their home. So it's a nice thing. So nowadays, the same house in Lake of the Ozarks is like $280,000. It's like double price. As a result of that, the rents up here in Lake of the Ozarks have gone up dramatically. And so AI says, well, you should be able to just rent that out and continue paying off the mortgage in the meantime. I was like, that's interesting. Mr.'s husband is ChatGPT. He listened to it more than his wife. We both use it. We're both heavy users of it at this point. No matter what happens next, we just use it. We talk to it all day long. So what do you guys think? 200 on this? You guys said 200? All right, good. Let's get this. I'm going to agree with you guys. I think it's probably 200. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. My mortgage is 5%. Nice. We got 4% on the first lake house and 4.8% on the small house. That's the one that John was renting. I need a name for it. It's a nice little house. Karis and I joked about living there ourselves when we bought it. We're like, we should just move into this. BGS, Black Label, Chiyoda. This is actually not the most expensive thing in the box, but we're going to call it a chase card anyways because it's so fun to pull a Black Label. My mortgage is 2.3. Is it really? Dang, dude, that's really low. If you got 2.3, that's insane if you got 2.3. But so the AI bot said, maybe don't sell it. Maybe just continue renting it. Because you got such a good deal on it already. Why would you want to leave that position and have to buy back into the market at a much higher price just to buy yourself, what, a luxury home that doesn't really produce you an income. It just lets you live more comfortably. So we're talking about that. Austin Warren, ship my Pichu slab. Correct address should be the blah, blah, blah. All right, Mr. Austin, he is the gentleman who pulled the Pichu break. Speaking of which, let's show off the breaks. It is. You know, when we bought that house, we were buying it for one reason only. I had this harebrained idea that we should own a small home and offer for somebody to move out here and work with me. I was like, I know what we should do. We should hire somebody online and have them come out here and work with me because we know all these people online who love Pokemon cards, and we'll find someone inside of the community to hire. That was the original idea. And whenever I offer the job, I got a lot of applications. There were a lot of people that were interested in moving out here to Lake of the Ozarks. We had special cheap rent. The rent was $900 a month, whereas the rent on the house should be $1.4 thousand a month. So it was like 50% off almost. And so that was part of the package. That was part of the pay. And the pay was $25 an hour. So it was $25 an hour to do encapsulating and $900 rent. And the utilities were paid for too. That's a very low rent. So that was part of your pay package, was very low rent. 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, $25 an hour. That was the whole package. Okay, Austin, I think it's just the Pichu slab. So I'm going to go ahead and get this all ready. So that's $900, no utilities, $25 an hour. I couldn't offer full time. You got about 20 hours a week. But what that meant was, and of course when it started, it was full time. But what happened was, as PSA and BGS and CGC started lowering the grade prices to be really cheap, we didn't have as much demand for Carddass grading. So it went from like 30 hours a week to about 20 hours a week over time. But that was okay, because there's so many other jobs out here. If you wanted more income, you could just go get more income. There's like all these boat jobs. There's a lot of cool jobs. You can work all kinds of cool yard work jobs, power washing, boat washing. You can get all kinds of stuff out here in Lake of the Ozarks. So all you had to do was pick up a side job, side hustle, whatever you want to call it, and try to get it all up to 40 hours a week. That's all you'd have to do. And you're already making a good 25 here. But unfortunately, I just didn't have enough grading demand to offer more than 20 a week. That's just how business is sometimes. You can't control that. Okay, I don't think I have to write anything down on this. I'm tired, Grandpa. If I didn't have a family, I'd move in with Mr. Here we are. All right. So I thought it was a pretty sweet job, pretty sweet setup. Hathim 12 OP12s. I really like Alexis. Alexis is the person we ended up hiring next. She has very high standards. So she is here we are. She's a very kind of strictish person, I feel like, like she dresses nice. You could tell she puts an effort in, So she dresses nice. She's married. She has a kid. And her husband's a cop. It's like an opposite feeling almost from what we were doing beforehand. So it's a very nice thing. And she's been working here for 1 year now. She does only the shipping. She doesn't do any encapsulating. But she does a fantastic job with the shipping. She just comes in, boom, boom, boom. No messing around. There's zero disputes between us. We never have anything to argue over. Never like, hey, we can't have any more shipping mistakes. Or, hey, you took 1 hour to ship one box. It can't be that way. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we are. So she's been doing a fantastic job, and we don't have a rental agreement between us, which is nice too. It all makes sense now why businesses generally don't do that. A business can't let you go if they're also renting to you. It's harder to do that, because then they got to deal with the fallout of having to kick you out of the home too. It's kind of a sad thing. And that was what was going on with me. I didn't want to see that. It's not all business for me. I like to see people thrive. I like to see people do well. And so for me, it's painful to see things go negative. I don't like to see anything go negative. I like to see things growing. I like to see things going well. And so it's very difficult for me to handle stuff like that. Maybe I would not make a very good CEO, because I bet you CEOs are like, they probably have like a rich guy laugh. I don't think I have a rich guy laugh. Do I have a rich guy laugh? I bet you not. It doesn't sound like a rich guy laugh. But anyways, do you need someone to organize the grill cards? I have a family, but I will move in with Mr. I'm tired, Grandpa. I need a second job. Y'all have Advanced Auto in Harbor Freight, Missouri? Yeah, there's an Advanced Auto Parts in Camdenton, Missouri, where I'm living. I don't know if they're hiring, though. But cars are pretty needed out here in Lake of the Ozarks, because it's a pretty remote place. And so everyone travels for hours in their vehicle. And so I can't imagine car repair going out of style in the countryside. We are. It's like really important. Yeah, you got a rich guy left. We are. Anyways, yeah, Alexa's been doing a fantastic job, and She takes a lot of stress off of my workload because if I had to do all the shipping again, I would have to cut out the daytime stream probably. The time it would take to get that shipping done would have to come out of something, probably the daytime stream. All right. Good. Hathim? Nothing crazy there, Hathim. Hathim, it's almost time to get you a fresh box at this point. We got room for it? Yeah, we got room for it. All right. Thank you, Mr. Hathim. I can't wait to have that house repaired, though, and then Kirsten and I would either sell it on a flip or we will rent it out. But I don't know. I want her input. I want to know what she thinks about it, you know, because I can't make up my mind on it. What do you guys think? David Smith, Metazoo Gym. Hey, look at that. Okay, so Mr. Matthew Hill, David is jumping in there as well, and we're going to see the outcome of your break right away. That's really nice. Last time you waited a couple days. So you go on the left side. Oops. It is. Yeah, the whole time period was stressful. Let's see. No one wants to know about your loads. What? Somebody does, surely. Sell it to me. Here we are. Houses like the one that we have are apparently in high demand out here because there's a lack of housing. I really feel like that could change very easily in Lake of the Ozarks, though, because there's so much land. There's tons of land. There's not a lack of land. There's just a lack of developers. Here we are. Maybe the developers are scared the houses don't make enough. You ready? Boom. Oh, picking up Gyarados. That's good. Versus, oh, an energy card. Double energy. Triple energy. Oh, he wins with the triple energy. What the hell? 20, 40, 60 plus 130 is 190. First round goes to David. Wow. Crazy, dude. Triple energy beats Gyarados. Crazy. All right, round 2. That was not expected. Those energy cards are exciting. Oh, you've got the switch card. That's valuable. He picks up Tyranitar, which is a seriously good card. You've got Lugia. You get to actually hold on to your switch card. Switch card is an optional use. You're knocking out Tyranitar on round 2. Okay, it's looking very close. I think it actually leans toward David now because he has not used switch. Ready? So last round, did I say leaning toward David? It's leaning toward Matthew, who has the switch card. David, you might lose this, David. Are you ready? Round 2. Energy. Oh my gosh. Jolteon. Squovit. Oh, it's so close. So Squovit with the energy is 80. Matthew uses switch. Jolteon goes back. Oh, it still goes to David. 130 Spidops beats 80 HP Squovit. Wow. What an exciting round, dude. That's an exciting round. Squovit had 80 HP because of the energy card. He also had the switch. But he pulls a Spidops after he had a 110 HP Jolteon. The round goes to Mr. David Smith. Wow, that was crazy, dude. That was really a close round. David getting very lucky a third time. Here we are. Sorry, Matthew. Wow, wow, wow. David just breezing through. Is that the right word? Breeze. I want to say breathe. Okay, so let me snatch another one of these. This is the next round of the Metazoo. We're almost sold out of these Metazoo packs. We could get more. Might be time to reevaluate their cost. Metazoo Kickstarter. Rare opportunity to open some Metazoo Kickstarter. I thought Switch is switching with the other guy. The Switch Trainer allows you to swap your opponent's Pokemon out. Okay? And so it's an advantage. If your opponent gets a good Pokemon, use your Switch Trainer card and swap his Pokemon out. That's the way we play it, okay? We can change those rules if we wish, but we got to change it before a round goes off. Medium's Third Eye. All right, very cool, very creepy. Like a redraw. It's a redraw on your opponent's Pokemon. Not your Pokemon, your opponent's Pokemon. There we go. Very nice. David Smith. All right. Let's grab this. I better stop and take a look at the Kickstarter boxes at this point, because we had seen a price on them earlier. We want to make sure that price hasn't changed. It's been a while. Metazoo Kickstarter box. Okay, what is the cheapest Kickstarter box today? Here it is. Sealed Mothman. All right, it is slightly higher than what we're selling them for. I think we'll leave it alone, because with these Metazoo boxes, I'm just letting it go. So we're going to leave it alone. Please enjoy the lower price, okay? Please enjoy it. A chance for the Mothman. Okay, so now we have Ivan Rodriguez, Umbreon, and Sylveon PSA 10 slabs from last night. Oh, yeah. That's right, that's right. We had a nice Umbreon and a nice Sylveon. Where did they go? I think they were like right in the middle. This, I'm happy my Luffy got a good grade, very close to Black Label, 9.5 centering. I'm sorry. Their standard is very, very strict. It's just so hard to get that Black Label. Where did it go? Oh, there it is, all the way over here to the side. Nice cards, huh? I thought Switch is switching. Oh, I already read that. Okay. Mr. Ivan. I didn't really make much money on these. Just not much money to make on them. They're cheap cards. I like to have cheap cards on the table. Hit them 6 more of the OP12s. Almost time to do a check on those OP12s. You know, we started these at like $3 per pack, which is unusually cheap. And we are flying through them. If you didn't know that, we are flying through these very rapidly because they're popular. They are. All right. Good. You know what else has been flying? The freaking Poke Shuffle, dude. That Poke Shuffle's been moving. Also, last night, if you weren't watching, a couple spots in here moved. We're up to 17 out of 29 now. It's getting close, guys. That means there's, what, 12 spots remaining in the Pikachu. I'm telling you, you'll run out of time on that. 12 spots remaining on the Pikachu at this point. All right. Here's this. Here's this. Hope everyone is doing well. Happy the weekend is here. Is it? It's not here yet. It's Thursday. All right, there's this guy with the sword. I mentioned yesterday in the nighttime stream, Karis and I went swimming in the lake yesterday. It was so nice. Forgot how nice it was. Really, really nice. There were boats going by, sea-doos going by, people being pulled in tubes. The water was so warm. And it is lake water, but it is really nice. It is warm water. And we're just floating there on our floaties, not thinking about anything, just talking. It's nice to not have TV on, you know, no TV, no TikTok, nothing. And then the moon rose up as it became nighttime, so we watched the moon rise, and it was a full moon and everything. It was really pretty. Came up over the state park. Our house is a direct view of the state park, so you see just these gigantic hills like cliffs and a ton of trees on them, and then it's just really pretty. That's it. That's all there is to it. So yeah, it's a nice lake house. It makes us feel like, what if we just pimped it out with, like, you know, a nice shed for maybe taking a shower outside, maybe like a sea-doo or something, because we don't have sea-doos over here. We should. We had sea-doos at the first house. Here's the thing. And it was really nice. But of course, that sea-doo was used and it broke. So we stopped using it. It broke. Needed a repair. Here we go. All right. Very good. We didn't drive our boat for so long that the boat actually requires a fuel upgrade. They have to put a stabilizer in the fuel before we can use it. and I don't want to mess with that, so we just called service out to do it. So before we can sell it, we need to get this fuel stabilizer in to try and make sure the boat's ready to go. We don't want to break our boat. But yeah, that's how long it's been since I last drove it. I just don't play. I really don't play. It is Mr. Alex. Yesterday night was the first time playing in the lake for the whole year. And you got other people playing it all year long. They don't swim in it all year long, but they like drive their boat. Even in the winter, they drive their boats, you know. We are. Is the Team Rocket Break still going? Team Rocket Break. I don't know that one. What's he talking about, guys? Ta-da! All right, Mr. Alex, thank you. Thank you. Good. Aha. Okay. Pack break. Team Rocket Pack. Oh, yes, yes. I know what you're talking about. Yes, this is still going. I think there's 4 people in it. It's a nice one. Now we have Mr. Zach, box of English Nikke. Hey, Zach is back. Let's go get you a box. I think I was just saying I hadn't seen you in a day or two. Here we are. All right. Ooh. What a nice little stream we're having. Last night, Mr. Brett went so deep. That guy opened up a lot of cards that night. He's treating us very nice. Well, do you like the stream? I do like the stream. Did you guys like the stream? We have 31 likes and 99 viewers. That means most people did not like the stream. Do you guys really not like the stream, or is it just too much of a bother to hit the like button? I'm actually curious. Do you guys like the stream, but it's like, oh man, I gotta hit that like button every single stream? Is it like that? I assume it's like that, because I think if you guys didn't like the stream, you wouldn't show up to it. So I assume it's actually just a bother to hit that like button. That's what it is. We are, ooh. Blah, such a hassle. My wife said she wanted to see your Diglett. Should I be worried? I think you should be worried. I have a rocket Diglett, so that's one of the biggest Digletts. I think it's the biggest Diglett. Can't miss the chat. I'm a liker. Snipping this. All right. We stream a lot, so, you know, if there's 2 streams a day, it might seem kind of like, oh man, gotta hit that like button all the time. Too much. Too much. Tossing this out, Mr. Zach. Let's see what we got, Zach. Hollow, boobies, boobies, boobies. Not really. She's got hips. That's what's going on with her. Okay, boobies, butt cheek. All right. Gigantic boobies, hips, shoulder boobies, boobies, legs. All right. No boobies or legs. She's just useful. She's like, hi, I'm your hardworking helper person. Gigantic boobies. This girl is boobies, but they're mostly covered. Boobies and O face. Here we go. That's what it is. Boobies, O face. All right. Here's bikini. Huge boobies. Legs, hips, tummy. Lots of stuff going on in this one. And now we've got... We're looking for a signature, by the way, guys. Signatures in the Nikke set. Signatures. Right? Pink. I just know it's pink. Colossal boobies, which makes no sense. Bratty boobies. And... Haha! Girl who is... maybe actually a real combatant. She doesn't look like she's doing anything in a hyper-feminized sexual way at all. There we go. All right. She's just there to kill some people. What's with the gooning? Did you forget to solo level today? Yeah, did you guys get your solo leveling done? Ta-da! All right. The Lord said, thou shalt not spill your seed on the ground. That's why I've got a jar with my favorite Pokemon card in it. Here we are. All right, very good. Mr. Zach with the Z. Zach Stekskowski. Mr. Zach. So this time, Zach, this will not be There's Yugi. Ah, Zach. This one will not be a signature. Whoa, what set is this? This is English Nikke from Weiss. It is? All right. It's a set I actually need to go research to see if prices have changed. All right. Thou shalt not have any fun at all, in fact. You can worship Jesus, or you can go to hell. To hell, I say. There's a Rocket Returns Magnemite. Here's a Poopy Tar. Here is a Chansey coin for $700, the pristine Chansey, and Jigglypuff. We just sold 2 of these Chanseys as the Gem 10, and they were like 200 and 240. But that is the pristine 700. He is the chase. Hathim, last 6, OP 12. Mr. Hathim. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a second print releasing mid-month. Now, is the second print going to be silver? Oh, there's actually 1 pack left, Hathim. Just to keep you in the know. Is it going to be silver? We are. Ready? All right. Snipping this. Corinthians 3:12. The Lord said, be fruitful, and wow, dang, says Tammy. I don't know if that's what he said, Perez. Long, embarrassing story short, I thought I had to fart, but I was horribly wrong. No! We are. Ugh. Here's this. Here's this. Yeah, real crotch shot with that one. All right. Oh, whoa, look at that. Proof. Did you really have an embarrassing shart story? Okay. Good. Hathim with an H. I threw them away. What? Thank you, thank you. Who's next? Alejandro, he says, Team Rocket Break. You got it, man. All right. Yes, I was at work. Oof. Dang, dude. Glad you made it out. That sucks. Always keep a spare pair of pants in the car, guys. In case something goes wrong, you know what I'm saying? Gotta have a spare outfit. James Beam. All right. Also going in Team Rocket. All right. Dark Charizard, please. Yes! I want to see that too. Tim Harrison, 10 of the Japanese OP12, 7 Japanese OP11. Shipping, thank you, sir. All right, so it is officially time to start looking into the OP12 prices because I believe we're cracking open more OP12 and we are running out of it. So it is officially time to look. Give me a minute. Boop. Mm-hmm. 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 What's the name of the new One Piece set? It's not called Two Legends, is it? Let's see. Mm-hmm. A bond of disciple and master. Oh, very nice. It actually might not be changing. Is it really this cheap? It might just be a really cheap set. Hold on. Divided by 12. Divided by 24. It's not changing. It's actually just a $3 pack. Wow. That's fantastic. That is a very good price. Okay. We'll keep enjoying it then. Is it not that popular? Why is it so cheap? I don't know what this music is. So 10 Japanese OP12, 7 Japanese OP11. OP11? I don't even remember what OP11 looks like. We still have OP11? Oh, it's the red box. Okay, cool. So I need a red box and I need a green box. Because Blackbeard is the chase. Is he actually? So Blackbeard is the chase in OP12, is that right? I don't know if that's right. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 5 of these here. And also one of these here. Okay. 10 OP12. I'm sorry. Yeah. So let's go get the OP12 and the OP11. I'll be back. All right, so the good news is I had to open a fresh case of OP11 and a fresh case of OP12. There we go. Good. Well, hold on, let me leave them up here, because now I have to snip them. Okay. There you go. If you say Gyarados 9.5, waits for me. I got you, man. I'll save it for you, okay? 5, 6, 7. All right. I'll save it for Mr. Abin. This stream brought to you by sardines. I'm out of sardines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Today I had a boiled egg and kimchi. Bought some kimchi. I've been eating kimchi. Very stinky food. Perfectly pairs with the stinky egg. Kimchi and boiled egg. All right. That is for our friend Tim Harrison. Thank you, Tim. Oh, and the other thing, got some mail. So some mail showed up during the stream. We got Hunduster and Potrot. It's called Potrot in German. Hunduster. Look at that. That's Houndour and, of course, Potrot. Wow, shekel looks so strange. So I bought these because I thought that the German cards looked very fun. And we got this Natu 9.5. So he's going to get crossed. He's not crossed. He's going to get upgraded, I should say. He's going to get the upgrade. So we'll get the CGC upgrade on that one. I got a stack of cards that are going to get CGC upgraded. And then I bought this guy because an analysis of the market, an analysis tells me that the Carddass Charizard was underpriced in my opinion. Yeah, nice underpriced Charizard from Carddass. So that's number 4. Compared to other Charizards, he was weirdly affordable. Probably because people don't choose Carddass as their first choice when they're trying to pick a card to collect. I actually like the odd stuff. I like Carddass. I think it's very interesting. I know they're very hard to grade. These are vendor cards. They did not come out of booster packs. So these are vendor cards. What a nice Charizard. Got to go, laters. GTG. You got a GTG? Let's see what his population is up to these days. This Charizard is at a population of this. 2 items found. I want this one. All right. He's at a population of 98 now. So his population's really climbed from a much lower number in the past. I guess that meant there was a lot of ungraded Carddass that no one had ever attempted to grade. And a bunch of it did get graded, finally. There we go. So there he is. Where are you pricing that Charizard? I might. I got to decide on that. There we go. Might be doing a red label on that one. Haven't fully made up my mind on it. It is. All right. There's that. And here is, oops, and here is this. I'm going to the Philippines to visit my family I have over there. I just got tickets. Oh, man, I'm jealous. Here it is. Jealous people going on vacations and stuff. I need to do that someday. Here we are. I don't feel like I'm ready to go on a vacation. Here we are. I want to go to the Philippines one day. Snipping this. All right. I think I have a real Scrooge-like personality. Like when I go on vacation, it's hard for me to enjoy it. All I can think about is the fact that we spent money on a vacation. And all I can think about is like, oh no, I'm not getting my stream done, you know? Think of all the cards we didn't open. So it's like, why does any of that matter, you know? It's really hard for my brain to not think that that stuff matters. Here we are. The mermaid. I was actually talking to the AI bots about it, and they were like, yeah, it sounds like you got some mental problems, bro. I was like, what? Here we are. All right, here's this. Since you can't vacation, have you considered adjusting stream times? Here we are. No. I feel bad for Quip. True, Quip should go out. Here we are. Very nice. Okay, there's this guy with his sword. Here are these. All right. Law of ChatGPT. I talk to the AI bots constantly. All 3 of them, actually. So it's Gemini, Grok, and ChatGPT. They sometimes give different answers. Here we are. But it's very fascinating to watch their reasoning. Okay, here is this. The AI said I'm stuck in survival mode. That's what it said. I was like, I guess. Doesn't feel like it. Feels like I just really enjoy what I do, you know? But it's like, oh, you have to go on vacation. I was like, dang, dude. I'm taking her with me. Maybe. She'd probably love that. Here we are. All right. She's talked about going on a vacation with her mom. Here we are. Karis doesn't get enough girlfriend time because she doesn't got any girlfriends out here in Lake of the Ozarks. She does have one friend in St. Louis. She's a very, she's a little bit of an odd girl though. She was also homeschooled, and she did not get out and do much in life. And so the real problem right now, she doesn't drive. She's an adult, but she doesn't drive. So she can't just drive down and say hi to Karis. We are, which she really have to learn. That's why I was like, tell her to learn how to drive. She's only like 2 hours away. There we go. All right. Sounds like, what do you mean like talk? Like, do you say please and do typical jabber? Yeah, you can talk to AI that way, and it translates everything you say. It breaks it all down. So it's really impressive. I'll take those off the table for a moment. All right, that's for Tim Harrison. Tim, not a super hot round. There it is. I'm sorry, Tim. So my thoughts on that, Tim, is maybe it would have been better to just buy one whole box of either of those. One whole box might have forced the boxes to hand out one hit pull, you know what I'm saying? Can you hug these AI things? No. AIs will not do that. Maybe one day, maybe they'll put it in a robot. Are you selling any of your Karen Umbreons? Hey, great question. I have 2 of them left, and they're definitely not for sale. One of my biggest mistakes was selling any of them. I shouldn't have sold any of them. That's one of my biggest recent mistakes. They all went up to like $6,000. Would have been way smarter to keep them. Oh, Tim wants some shipping as well. Here you go, Tim. All right. Got you. I got you, man. Wild times we live in, talking to bots. The robots are very good at reasoning. It makes sense, right? That a computer program would be very good at logic. And it is getting scary good. Like, it's extremely good. All right, so this is a bit of a heavier one. I think it's as high as a pound. I saw you had 6 of them in one of the videos. Sadly, I kept selling them because people always want them. They always want, hey, you got another one of those? You got another one of those? And so people were always pushing me to sell them, and I listened. I shouldn't have. I should have kept all of them. All right. But I believe I have 2 left. So I think I sold 4, and I have 2 left. And I'm lucky to have kept even 2 of them. And I kept 2 very nice ones. I think I might have kept one with a swirl on it. And if only I'd kept all 6 of them, that'd be 6 times 6. That'd be like, what is that, $36,000 of Umbreons. But it's okay. I probably spent that money on other stuff, so I probably took that money and maybe rolled it into a different card. But I can't imagine cards doing much better than what that Umbreon did. Damn, that's crazy. I just talked to A1. I'm lonely. I'm not lonely. I have, well, I have all you guys, but also, you know, I've got carrots. I can talk to carrots, so it's not a loneliness thing. What I'm doing is something I did when I was real young. When I was like 17 and I ran away from home, I quickly acknowledged that I would lack parental advice from then on. So I was really fast to think about my scenario. I was like, okay, your weakness is that you have no parental guidance. And so I said, well, Google everything. So that was my strategy in life from then on. I would use the internet to think about everything. We're in the future now. I'm still doing that. But now we've got a really advanced thing. It's even better than a Google search. You can have a talk with the AI, and it can act like a counselor, like a legal advisor. It can talk to you like an attorney, like a tax attorney. It can talk to you like a doctor almost. It's crazy. It just knows everything. It's plugged up to the internet. It just seems to know everything. And of course, that doesn't make it right. It's not always right about things, but it will walk you through a bunch of its reasoning, and you'll go, oh, I didn't think of that angle or something. You know what I mean? So it's extremely good. And people who use it heavily, I think, will have big advantages in life. Here's a theme. Last OP12 and 10 Metazoo Nightfall. Okay, one more OP12. So we did sell the last one to the other guy. You're getting a fresh one from the next box. And let's get you those 10 Metazoo Nightfalls. Where do I find this Grok? Grok is Elon Musk's. That's X's, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Grok is X. And then, because he wants to do AI. And then Google has Gemini. So I got Google. And then we've got ChatGPT, which was maybe the original, the first one to get really big. I've been using that one the whole time. And I write prompts on my computer. And then I share the prompt to all 3 robots. And then the robots will give me a list of reasoning. If you try it yourself, you'll see why I do nothing but talk about it now. It's like a second brain. It's like having a second brain. It's very powerful. You know, if you end up using it and get good advice from it, just remember your buddy Cardconomist told you to try it. So, because it will help you, whatever you're working on in life. It's like having a really smart counselor, and the counselor knows everything about everything, you know? It's a very good counselor. So before you make a decision on something, you go seek counsel on it. You know, hey, what do you think of this? And it says, well, let me tell you what I think about this stuff. Okay, ready? AI is not perfect either. I don't always agree with it. And if I ask it really advanced Pokemon card questions, it can't answer. Only a real Pokemon card expert can answer some of the toughest questions. So AI has lots of limitations, but still, it's sitting around and brainstorming with you is extremely useful. All right. There we go. Don't grok, go full Kanye. So that is 10 Nightfalls. Thank you, Mr. FM. Yeah, so if I go and I talk to AI about the most advanced concepts in the card market, it doesn't get it. It's copying and pasting ideas it found on the internet. When you're an expert in something, you know more than the internet. It's a rare scenario. Like, let's say you're a software engineer and you're working on some really advanced kind of software. You know more than the internet knows because you're actually more expert than anyone else on the internet in a particular subject. And that's why your skill is so valuable, because you can't just Google this stuff. And since it can't just be Googled, the AI also does not know it. How fascinating. So doctors know more than AI, for now. But whoever's at the cutting edge of something always knows more than the AI. Because the AI will not know it until it gets posted to the internet. It has to be posted to the internet first. All right, you ready? Here goes. So that was a cold pack. Here we have the Headless Horseman. I love it. Couldn't you use AI to write code for you? Yes, AI can write some code. But let's say you're writing code for some sort of brand new software that's never been written before. AI cannot write that code. It can only assist. Headless none. What? Hey, Mothman. All right. Very nice. Totally worth it. Here's Tea Kettler? The Tea Kettler. You ever think AI will get more dangerous than helpful? I'm sure it's possible, but I doubt it. You know, every time humans make something new, there's sort of like this perspective on it that, oh my God, it's mad science. He's a mad scientist. Doomsday. So humans have this fear of the dark, this natural fear of things they don't understand. And so every time humans do something with science, everyone gets freaked out by it. And that has been going on since forever. But the truth is, every time we invent some sort of new technology, it significantly improves the quality of everyone's life. Significantly. So here's a great example. Elon Musk working on the brain implant with the chip, right? That's why I like him. I like him for that. I wish he would just do that. And then I'd go back and buy more Elon Musk stocks. But he's too involved in politics. But anyway, so if he was just focusing on that, I'd love that. Brain implants, chip brain implants that let you communicate to a keyboard and to a computer without moving your hands. That's a big freaking deal. Because if they can put a computer in front of your eyeball, like a pair of glasses, maybe just like Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball, they got the little thing in front of their eye, right? You put a computer in front of your eye, and your wife has one too. You can go send her a naughty photo or something by just thinking to her. That's telekinesis. We're this close to telekinesis, real telekinesis. We're that close to it. Imagine you can talk to a drone. The drone flies over, picks up the remote, and brings it over to you. That's the closest we'll probably ever be to psychic powers. You know, being able to telepathically pick up a remote from across the room. You look at the drone and you say, pick up that remote. And the drone gets a signal from the chip in your brain, and it says, oh, this guy wants this remote. And then the drone takes off, and it uses AI to identify the remote. It says, that looks like a remote, grabs it, flies it over to you, and then plugs itself back in. That's the closest we'll ever be to telepathy, to psychic powers. We're almost there. We're that close. Brain chips are a big deal. And that's why technology is so impressive. But there will be all these people that go, 666, Mark of the Beast, the Black Pope. This is it, the beginning of the end. Technology's gone too far. There'll be a lot of that. You'll hear it all day. Technology's gone too far. All right, here we go. Let's see. You can check accuracy of posts in the comments by asking Grok if it's true. You own nothing, you're happy. You'll own a smartphone and the cat girl doll and be happy. We play with your life. We are not horses, surgeon robots. Don't you become less human by putting a computer chip in your brain? Maybe you become more human. Zuck is working on some insane glasses. Hey, I won the Victini break. Nice. We are going to have to go back to reading and writing to battle the AI. Joshua Collins, would you want to buy it from me for cheaper? You can't do that, man. You can't come in here and try to sell cards in the live stream. You can't do that in the chat, okay? So here's Matthew Hill. Live chat is not a store. So Matthew Hill says 1-pack Metazoo and a gem spot. Okay, let's see. A gem spot. The gem spot. Oh, you mean on the Gyarados? One Gyarados spot? Are you talking about that? Here it is. Cheaper. You're the one who did the break. Says Scuffa. Yes, I am the one who did the break. I don't know what you mean by that. Are you saying because you got it from me, now you can sell it in the live chat? Because that's still not allowed. Here's Matthew Hill. I'm asking if you wanted it. Oh, I thought you were asking a guy named Joshua Collins if he would like to buy it from you. Oh, because your name's Scuffa. I thought you were asking someone named Joshua in the chat to buy it from you. I am sorry. I do not always know the relationship between a name and a YouTube name. It takes a long time for me to memorize those. It always does because there's so many people. I'm so sorry. I'm like telling you, I'm like, yeah, you can't be doing that. I'm Joshua Collins. You know me. I know you as Scuffa. I have not built that relationship in my brain that Scuffa is Joshua. I haven't done that. So I'm very good at remembering Scuffa, but not Joshua. All right, so I can't believe I won that. Just squared me. It's been a week, LMAO. Yes, we could talk. Definitely, we could talk about it. You can ping me on Discord about it, okay, in DMs. All right, so Matthew, 1-pack Metazoo. Maybe it's also because it's very easy to just talk to me about it on Discord. So I wouldn't have thought that you were doing that. All right, here's this and a gem spot. Now, you say gem spot. You're talking about this, right? I did, brother. I'll message you after. Neuralink. Here we are. Yes, Neuralink. All right, Matthew Hill. Let's do this. Good. It took Mr. to remember my name 2 years. Did it? So there's that. And let's go find this. Gym spot. He said gym. What time is it, by the way? 6:30. Ooh, how long have we been streaming? 1:47. We got about 13 minutes left, everybody. Okay, this ticks up to 5. Okay, Gyarados up to 5. Let's go ahead and open this for Matthew Hill. That's vintage Giovanni's Gyarados from Gym 2, 1999, by the way, guys. It's an extremely good card. Great vintage card. Throwing that away. Mister, would you possibly have Expedition Blastoise? No, I don't have anything like that. We are. What do we got? What do we got? Medium's Third Eye. Wow, the same exact card as the other pack. Here we are. Very nice. That is for you, Mr. Matthew. I'll send a PayPal message, I guess. Oh, Metazoo Gym. I see. Got it. Matthew Hill going into the next round of the Metazoo Gym break. No problem. That's off by 1. No problem. All right. Ha. There you go. We do have a Gyarados Gym break, but this is a Gym break Metazoo, so my brain easily confused the two. All right. Mr. Matthew with an MA. There's just so much stuff for sale on this table, you gotta be specific. There we go. If you say just Gym, I think just Gym, that could be the Gyarados Gym. All right, there we go. We have Joel Morin. Can you ship my slab and my bag? I've been shipped before. Thank you, Joel. A lot of shipping today. That means Miss Alexis will have a lot of shipping on Friday. Let's see. Mr. Joel Morin. We're not seeing you in here, so you must be up top or something. All right, let's check up top for Joel Morin. There's a Joey up here. You wouldn't be in there, would you? Ship my slab and my bag. All right, let's see. Jonathan, John Wolf, Joey Barton. Interesting. I don't see a bag for you. Tell me a little bit about this bag, Joel. Is it a box, actually? There's a John Wolf box. So John Wolf's got a box and a bag. John Lucas. Joey, is it a large bag? Give me some details here, Joey. I know LA was in that one deep. Yeah. It's nice to win a break. That's why the breaks are... We got another one running. Look. That's why the breaks are so nice. We got that. We got this Crown Pikachu. Six couldn't believe it. She won the first one. Six couldn't believe that one either. But those are really big breaks. Here it is. All right. New Superman movie is a 10 out of 10. He's joking. He's lying. You're saying that because it's actually bad. Is that what's going on here? Oh, I see. We have another Joe box up here. Hold on. We renamed this. Joel Morin. We probably renamed it just for you. There we go. So that one got renamed from a J.E. box to a Joe box because we probably ran out of room. All right. So, Joel, all good. We found you. We were running out of room. Sometimes that takes me a minute when we make a little adjustment like that. We renamed a box from an E box to a Joe box. He says, I'm serious. Really? It got good reviews. Did it really? I'm not watching I Hate Superman. Superman is so boring, dude. All I know is I watched Batman v Superman. It was one of the worst movies I'd ever watched in my entire life. I'd never watched such a terrible movie before that point. And the problem with Superman is that he's just super powerful. And, oh no, kryptonite. And so he's only got two problems. Are you ready? Superman has two problems, and that's it. The first one is kryptonite. Your bad guy might have kryptonite. The second problem is psychological damage. So Superman's an orphan, and he's not sure if he wants to be good or bad. That's it. Those are the only problems. Superman has no other serious problems. I mean, they can be like, oh, society doesn't accept him. Who cares? Or they can be like, oh, his love life. Who cares? It's just two problems. Kryptonite and does he want to do good things? NHCC, 100 off my Nami slab away. Hey, what's up, man? All right, let's take care of that. His weakness is that he's human. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's psychological. Psychological, because he's too powerful. He's automatically super, super powerful. That's why I'm saying, all right, NHCC Nami, going from 230 to 130. Nice, it's close. That's why I'm saying in this solo leveling TV show, the main character is so overwhelmingly powerful. His weakness is going to end up being that he wants to be a bad guy. That's what it is. So, or like Lord of the Rings, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The Ring of Power. Oh, it makes you so powerful. Yeah, but it makes you evil. It is. It's the same problem. So you got too much power. And so the writers have to say something about that. And they can't have the story just be, so the main character is super powerful and he just does the right thing and saves the world. The end. They can't do that. It's too easy of a story. So they have to add some spice to it. Add a little spice. So it's going to be Superman, psychological problems. That's it. Kryptonite maybe, so the bad guys get like a one-up on him every now and then. Wham, love life or something like that. Oh, sacrifice. Somebody has to sacrifice. So I'm tired of superhero movies. I can't stand them. I can't stand them. I cannot stand them. I'm so tired of them. I never really liked them anyways, but they just keep pumping them, dude. They just pump these superhero stories out all the time. They don't make anything else. Superman is Hello Kitty. I'd rather go watch a Hello Kitty movie at this point. I'm tired of superhero movies, man. I enjoyed the Minecraft movie. We are. Even though it was kind of super dorky and pointless. But at least it had some weird humor every now and then, you know, like some awkward humor. Watch it. It felt different to what we're used to with superhero movies. Nah, dude. I would give it a 0, I guarantee you. If I watched it, I'd hate it that much. I'd give it a 0 out of 0. There's going to be a solo level live action. Oh, no. Superman is Kryptonian. He's not human. That's right. He just looks human because the actors are human. He's actually Cryptozoo. All right, so we are done. It's 6:37. We have streamed for 2 hours. We had a great stream. Lots of movement, lots of cards getting open. The BGS return is in. You're scared you're going to love it. No, I guarantee you, I will bitterly, bitterly hate it. bitterly hate it. I cannot stand movies where somebody has some kind of superpower. I can't stand them anymore. I already know everything that's going to happen. I know exactly what's going to happen before it happens because it's 1,000% predictable. It's like if you watch a zombie movie too, by the way. You watch a zombie movie. It's always the same story. Are we fundamentally good or fundamentally evil? Are we going to turn into chaos where it's like might makes right? Or are we going to be a, polite, civilized society? And obviously the zombies are always going to eat everybody. Someone's, oh no, my wife is getting eaten by a zombie, or my husband's getting eaten by a zombie, or my child's getting eaten by, I can't stand it, right? There's always that. And then you have to make a choice between being selfish and doing what's right for the group, or being generous and doing what's right for the greater good. There's always these options in a zombie movie. It's always the same thing. That's because it's a fundamental root problem with only a few pathways for it to be solved. And so any zombie movie you watch, Last of Us, The Walking Dead, doesn't matter. It's always the same. But I actually do enjoy seeing people getting eaten by zombies. You know what I do not enjoy? I do not enjoy watching superheroes using superpowers. It drives me insane. I also can't stand watching like gunfights because they're so boring. It's always the same thing. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, he's really accurate or something maybe. Or, oh, look, the bad guys never hit the good guy ever. They just magically miss all the time. So I can't stand the actual action scenes. They drive me insane. I can't stand it anymore. I hate superhero movies. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I wish society hated them too, but society loves them. And I can't do anything about that, but I can't stand them anymore. I wish there was something else to watch. I liked Squid Game. Squid Game's bizarre, It's like this mix of like weird kid games and people making horrible decisions and being selfish. Actually, Squid Game has similar problems to like zombie movies. Do you do what's best for yourself? Do you do what's best for the group? Greater good, fundamental selfishness and narcissism. It's the same philosophical kind of questions, but it's just instead of zombies, now it's like a children's game. So it's, it's one of those fun things. But superhero movies, I can't take it. There's just something so boring about them. They've been done too many times. How many times can you make Superman? How many times can you make Batman? How many times am I going to watch a Joker movie? How many times am I going to watch Marvel superheroes? I can't do it anymore. I've seen them a trillion times. Spider-Man, oh no, he like shoots web and he's a dork. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. It's the same story. It's the same person over and over and over and over and over again. The problem for me is I love watching people getting eaten by zombies or dying in a children's game. I do not actually enjoy watching Superman catch people or be super strong. I don't actually enjoy that. It's just kind of boring. Mr. must hate himself because he's my superhero. Isn't James Bond like a superhero? Yeah, I didn't necessarily enjoy James Bond all the time. Let me explain how I watched James Bond. We just watched like 100 of those, right? I had the remote in my hand, and the instant I was bored, I fast-forwarded through the movie. I'm not kidding. I just fast-forward. Any part I don't like, I just hit fast-forward. So if there's like a gunfight, click, 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 gunfight over. Oh, what do you know? James Bond is not dead. He never is. The bad guy always gives a big spiel about how he's a bad guy, and then James Bond defeats him. And click, click, click. You can just click through. So it's really just like different flavors of ice cream. That's all it is. And I hated the last James Bond. I would give that one like a 2 out of 10. It was horrible, horrible. The last James Bond was horrible. They just absolutely destroyed the iconic concept of like a man's man kind of James Bond. Now it's like a women's man. So, yeah, hated it by the end. And I have so much trouble with movies in general. I really struggle. But superhero movies must rank at the very, very, very bottom for me. They must be the absolute stinkiest trash of all. Like, I watched the Marvel Endgame. Hated it. I can't believe I watched that. I can't believe it's in my head at all. But, if you have your remote, you can skip through, so that helps a little bit. But I do that for a lot of movies these days. You just fast forward now. If I could watch movies on 2 or 3 times speed, they would make it slightly better. The only thing I could watch slow, maybe a scary movie where someone gets eaten by a zombie. You see like their guts coming out. That's it. I can't watch anything. It's too boring. Can't handle it. Avengers Endgame was the real end. Yeah, it was so terrible. It was so terrible. And then Tony Stark went into the past and saved the day. So all of their deaths were meaningless. So, oh, thank you. Yeah, it's, I can't take it. I can't take it. It's the absolute worst. You will love John Wick. I've never watched John Wick because I cannot stand gun movies. Like, he was in The Matrix, right? The Matrix is kind of cool, actually. The idea that everyone's just getting farmed by robots for their, electricity or something, and then you're just in some kind of computer simulation, super cool. And then the idea that, well, you can break out of the simulation and be stronger than you're supposed to be. Some of those ideas are pretty neat. But a lot of it's just gun battles. And in the 90s, that was really neat because they'd never used some of those slow-mo effects before. And they wore sunglasses and trench coats. So it was like, oh, wow, this show really has a style. If you try to make me watch that again, I will throw up all over the floor. I cannot take it. It will be so boring. It's like watching paint dry. I can't take it. It is some of the slowest, most terrible content I can imagine watching. Oh, he shoots at him and misses, but he shoots back and when he hits. You know, it's like, oh, my dear God, dude, I can't believe this is a thing that people watch. And because you can, like, go online and watch a real gunfight. You can watch a guy go into Chicago, like into like a gas station, and shoot everyone dead online. And it's real. It's real. It's not just a reenactment, like a fake reenactment. You know, watching something like The Matrix today is like watching Bollywood. You ever watch like a Bollywood where it's like there's an Indian hero guy and everyone shoots at him, but he like flips around and dodges all the bullets? And it's like very serious in the movie, but to you it's like, it's almost like comical. That's what watching TV for me and movies for me is like nowadays. I can't, it's like watching Bollywood. It's all the same. Because once you watch a real guy go into a gas station and shoot everyone dead with the gun and it's real, your whole perspective on guns and shooting changes. You're like, that one was real and the movie is super fake and terrible. It's just not exciting. It's boring. They have like a very boring, cleaned up version of shooting people to death. So you just can't watch it anymore. It's just really boring. But in a horror movie, they would really depict it perhaps. So if you watched a scary movie, you'd see a real gunshot wound and a head explode. It'd be a real thing. So it'd be like, oh, that's like the real world version of that. But they only do that in the scary movies. They don't do that in the superhero movies. Very cleaned up, family friendly version. Can't handle it. It's so boring. It's so boring, dude. Kills me. Anyways, that's my rant. That's an actual angry old guy rant. Did you watch Severance? I did not. Unless you're a beta sim, you will relate to it on a deep caveman level. Relate to what? Oh, you got to watch John Wick. No, I would not relate to it. I would not fight for a dog at all. I would probably eat a dog before I fought for it. I do not relate to that the least bit. I would tear a chicken apart and eat it. And so all animals are in that same class. Unless the dog is sentient or the cat is sentient, they're all in the same class of food to me. So you never asked that question like, hey, what if you were starving to death and it was like a cold glacier? I'd be like, yes. The answer is I'd eat you, I'd eat the dog, and I'd eat the cat, okay? I'd eat everybody. So that's the answer. I don't need to think very long about it because it's not something I have any feelings over. And so the idea that this guy's fighting everyone up for a dog, I don't give two craps about the dog. I'd be like, oh no, time to get a new dog. I'll get a nice breed. A $2,000 dog. Let's go get the dog. I don't care. So John Wick, shooting and dogs. I don't give a shit about either of those things. Beta simp, you would lie over and die. Dog and his wife. Well, I don't know about the wife part of the story. A wife is a real thing. She's a person, right? Humans are sentient. Animals are not sentient. So, I have very different feelings when it comes to people. So, yeah, if he's fighting to save his wife, that's a totally different story. But the dog, it's like the dog. It'd be like, well, sorry that you have my dog now. Let me know if you ever want to return him. You know what I mean? Mister was cooking leg meat in Alive. That's right. I was the guy cooking the person's leg meat. Yeah, if you got to eat, you got to eat. But, I eat all these animals, and I have no qualms about it at all. And, it turns out pigs are as smart as dogs. We don't have any bad feelings about eating pigs. You ever really stop and think about that at a philosophical level? Really let it sink in? Don't just glaze over it once and be like, oh, that's an interesting fact. Really let it sink in that pigs are as smart as dogs. Are you going to stop eating bacon now? I'm not. I'm going to go eat some bacon. So that's it. I'm just going to go eat it. I don't care. And is it we don't want to stop killing pigs because they taste better, or are they uglier? Is that the only reason? It's an aesthetic thing? Well, dogs are prettier than pigs. Is that the only thing that's stopping you? So, maybe that's the thing. Maybe vegans have this conversation with themselves as well. Maybe vegans have stopped and had a real deep philosophical conversation with themselves, and they decided they won't eat meat. I'm on the other side. I said, I'll eat all the meat. I'm on the other side. I said, I'll eat all of them because they're not sentient and it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. We're at the top of the food chain. They're lower down the food chain. So they're in the food category to me. And that's maybe why I don't get so attached to pets in the first place. I've never been that attached to any pet. It's basically like walking food, and you're nice to it, and it's nice to you for a while, and then it dies, and you're still alive, because animals tend to die first. The pet does. So it's like, all right, bye, pet. And then you move on to the next pet. It's like a new relationship. So it's this thing I don't get strongly attached to. And same with John Wick. What, he's killing all these people over a dog? It's like instant disconnect for me. It's like, I'd be like, darn, I guess I'll get a new dog. I want all the animals we eat as pets. Mister, you definitely don't understand. Mister was cooking lake meat. Well, here's another one. You hear about guys like fighting over the dog in the divorce. I'd be like, if I was in the same divorce, I'd be like, she has to take the dog. You have to take it. I don't want to take care of it. So or the cats, whatever it is, the bird. I'd be like, you have to take the cats. You have to take the bird. I don't want it. So I'd be like, oh, you want some more money to take the dog? Take some of the money from the divorce. I don't want the dog. You take it. So that would be me with the pets. I'd be like, what am I going to do with the dog? I'll let it go is what I'm going to do. I'll put it outside. And yeah, John Wick killing a bunch of people over a dog is like cuckoo to me. It's like absolutely crazy. And I guarantee you, I'm not alone on this. There's whole societies that do not think this way. It's a very American thing. The whole dog's man's best friend, that's very American. If you look at the history of human cultures, that is not always the case. And, you know, there's whole groups that agree that maybe like these pets are like dirty animals and stuff like that. I definitely fall right in that group. They're pets. They poop on the floor, they piss on the floor, they vomit on the floor, they cost a bunch of resources. If they don't poop inside of your house, they poop all over your yard, or they poop in some nasty cat litter box, and that goes into a landfill, seeps into the ground. So all this, we're like socially supporting all these animals that shouldn't exist. And then it just fills up landfills, and there's whole plastic industries around it. It's disgusting. And for me, food is for food. Animals are for food mostly. Pigs are for food. Cows are for food. I wouldn't eat cats and dogs. I mean, but it's like if I was freezing to death, I'd eat cat and dog. There'd be no bad feelings about it at all. I'd be like, you're actually food. And I just deeply feel that way. It's like not something you can talk me out of. No one had to really explain it to me either. Just it's in there, you know. Maybe it's like some sort of DNA. I don't know. That's caveman DNA. You want to talk about beta simp? Being a beta simp is killing a whole bunch of other people over a dog. You're simping for the dog. You want to talk about being a caveman? Cavemen definitely ate dogs. They definitely ate dogs and cats at some point. Cavemen actually ate cats and dogs. Real cavemen would have eaten those. So that's in my opinion, that's the case. That's the reality. I'm only saying this is hypothetical. So to put it into perspective, your wife dies from an illness. She leaves you the cat as a parting gift. It's the last thing you have that reminds you of her. Let me explain to you exactly what would happen. That cat would immediately be sent to some sort of shelter. So the cat would be gotten rid of immediately. I would not give 2 cares about the cat. I would feel sad about the wife unless she was a bad wife, in which I'd be going, time to get a new wife. And so she would be cut right out of my memories right away. Just poof, like that. I'd be like, hey, nice to meet you, lady. My other wife is dead. How would you like to be my new wife? Terrible, right? But that's it. It's just, it's a logical thing to me. We don't dwell on it. It's a logical move. So what do you want to do? You want to spend 5 years lonely weeping? And the cat, I don't love the cat. So the cat's got to go to someone who loves it. So it's just logical. Once you make these logical choices, you can go take actions and get it done within a week, you know? So within a week, you can start trying to date and you can get rid of the cat and move on with life before you're dead, because you're next. You have a strict amount of time to get things done, and I'm very time aware. So, you know, if I loved the wife, I'd probably spend more time grieving. If she was a bad wife, I'd be over it and I'd be like, time to get a new wife. So it'd be a very fast transaction. And, you know, that's how I move in the world. It's just, I don't feel things before I think about things. I think about it and then I feel things. So I do sort of like an analysis, and then after the analysis, I have strong feelings. It's not like I have strong feelings and then an analysis. The analysis always comes first so that I can go make strong decisions. Dogs love structure. They don't understand until you lay out expectations. Read my explanation. People overlook training. A little training goes a long way, like hecking, housebreaking. Let's say you train the dog to go to the bathroom outside really well. Well, now my yard's full of dog shit. So I'll pass on that. Dog shit and dog piss. I don't want it. I don't want poop. That's not crazy, is it? I don't want poop. People in America love dogs. But you look at some of the other cultures. They don't all want dog poop. They don't all want dog piss. The neighbor lady, she lets her dog poop in my yard. I need to buy a sign that says no dog poop. How crazy is this? She just walks in my yard. And why do you have the dog poop in your yard? So we got this neighbor lady. She's right next to us. Dog poops in my yard. She walks. I don't have a fence. She just walks the dog over to my side and has her dog poop right in my yard. How crazy are dog people that you would think everyone is okay with this? I don't have a dog. I don't want dog poop. And we got rid of the cats. I didn't want the cats either. I actually got rid of them. Now Karis has got this new outdoor cat, but he's actually pretty easy. He just kind of leaves. So she hangs out with him for an hour and then he's gone. So he's easy. Yeah, pick it up. Everybody poops or don't have a dog. Yeah, exactly. But sometimes she does pick it up, but I notice she does not always pick it up. So she sometimes picks it up. But I don't want, like, what if I pooped in your yard? I just squatted one out, and I said, don't worry, I picked it up. Are you going to walk barefoot in your yard? You going to walk in my fecal matter? Don't worry, I scooped it up with the plastic bag. You're not going to do that. That's nuts. So I don't care if you pick it up or not. I don't want shit in my yard. So, and that's not complicated. I feel like it's so uncomplicated. I feel like it's so basic. Like, you got the deer, you got the bunnies, you got the squirrel, you got the birds. You got all these animals pooping. I don't need one extra animal coming in and pooping, taking these big loafs in my yard, like, on a daily basis. Like, are you crazy? And it's not even your yard. You've got your own yard right over here. Just have him poop over there. Nah, he likes to poop in your yard. What? Wow. You're not paying my mortgage. Come pay my mortgage. You can have your dog poop all you want in my yard at that point. You're not paying my mortgage. I pay my mortgage. So it's just crazy stuff. But the John Wick show I don't relate to. The superhero movies I really do not relate to. The whole obsession over pets, I'll never relate to that. We had many pets growing up. I had many pets. I had many siblings in a very crowded household. You eat animals. Animals are for eating. Humans are not for eating. You're supposed to not shoot them either, I'm sure. But humans at least are sentient. But yeah, I have a very rough mind about all this stuff. And, sometimes I don't have any friends, so my dog is very important to me. It's not even about the pet anymore. I don't know about that. So I've heard of people kind of attaching themselves to a dog or something. I could never do that. I just couldn't do that. I don't know why. I had a lot of friends growing up. I had a lot of siblings growing up. No pet could ever replace a real human being, ever. It's not possible. The human being is sentient. So when they love you back, it means something because they're choosing to love you. You've like earned it from them, like respect. The dog just has to love you. It's like, I don't know. It's just, dogs don't have a choice. The dog just thinks you're the pack leader or something. You have no choice with the dog. It's going to love you no matter what. So to me, that is not that far off from just having an AI sex doll, where it's like, oh, honey, I love you. It's just not real. It's not real. The dog has to. Human can choose to not love you. Very big difference. So I value human relationships immensely. I do not, and also I disvalue bad human relationships quickly. But with the dog, it's just doing what the dog's going to do because it can't do anything else. But a human can choose to love you. So that's very important. Mr. has low empathy stat. Humans still eat humans. I would not eat other humans. If I was dying, I would, though, because I'm very quickly logical. Like I said, it's analysis first, feelings later. So I would eat the human, and then maybe I'd have nightmares later. But I'd say, hey, we're going to die. We have to eat each other or something like that. You know what I mean? I'd be like, you guys may have my body. Maybe that's what Jesus did. I don't know. Jesus was all into having his body eaten. But yeah, I mean, and that's very fascinating, actually, when you think about it. Jesus is like, you can't go to heaven unless you eat my body. So it's very strange. Catholics still do that. The whole Catholic Church is still eating Jesus's body. They think they are doing it like the real thing. That's the teaching of the Catholic Church. When the priest does the ritual, they believe it's the true body of Christ, not like a piece of bread. And that is the actual teaching of the church teaches that. So they think you're truly eating a body. And it's pretty weird stuff. And then if you eat that, you get to go to heaven. So yeah, weird stuff. Weird conversation even. But I'm analysis first, feelings afterwards, so that you can make the tough and the correct decisions quickly. You have to be able to do that. And so like the whole wife scenario, well, wives do die. Maybe she was a bad wife. If she was, how fast are you going to wait before you move on, And if she was a good wife, maybe you do wait a while. The pet, I'm not in love with the pet. Not my child, some other cat's child, and I promise you that's the wife's pet, not my pet. So, the cat would go straight to the kennel. I'd be like, all right, off with you. Good luck on your new adventure. Good luck with your new owners. It's better for the cat anyways. You don't want a cat stuck with someone who doesn't want it. That's not good for the cat. Cat should be with someone who wants it. So it's a better relationship for the cat too. So, again, it's just analysis, a very quick analysis. Read Scuff's message. Did you send my Victini to PSA? I watched your video. You wrote PSA on it. Oh, if that's the case, don't worry. It has not been sent to PSA yet. We can hold on to it. Don't worry. It has not been sent to PSA. What if the wife is killed? When you get consumed with hatred and revenge? So it's analysis. I would definitely be really upset by that, like traumatized. So I'd probably have some nightmares. I'd probably have some really bad feelings about humans. You ever think like these bad guys, like Emperor Palpatine, where he has maybe like this badness about him, right? and or these whatever. It's always some bad guy mastermind, and they're always like humans are fundamentally bad, you know. So I'd probably lean that direction where I feel like humans are fundamentally bad because of the bad things that happen to me. So, you know, it's like you're surrounded by thieves, you're surrounded by killers, you're surrounded by abusers, you're surrounded by just really greedy people or really hateful people who just say horrible things to you. You're surrounded by this. And then over the years you go, wow, I had so many negative experiences and so few positive experiences. You would have to conclude some gigantic chunk of humans are just no good. And so eventually you would stop liking people as much. But also there's some good people too, right? But maybe they're in a minority. So you'd be real picky with people. But so if somebody murdered my wife, I would say, hey, maybe that's destiny, maybe that's fate. And I would want justice for sure. And if those guys got caught, I would want them put to death. That's another thing. I don't agree with the justice system putting people in jail. They have to be put to death. They have to. That's justice. If you kill someone, especially murder, you have to be put to death. That's justice. So I would wish for them to be put to death right away, and I'd be very salty if they didn't get put to death. And if they escaped with it, I would be, really angry about it. That's why in religions they have rules, right? So in the religion, you go to hell forever. What do you think that is? That's just a different kind of revenge. So assuming somebody just wrote those books up, right? So some guy wrote the books up, and he said, don't worry. If this guy committed murder on your wife and no one caught him, don't worry, he's going to hell. And you're like, oh, good. He'll get what's coming to him. But that's not, if the religion's not real, if it doesn't exist, that's not really happening then, is it? Some people get away with murder and live a great life afterwards. So it's a really horrible thing when you think about it, right? But that, and that's why we seek structure. That's why we seek jail systems, government systems, in order to sort of implement these civil laws that make it worthwhile to live in a group. Mr. Talking Silliness. Yep, I have the right channel. Here in Puerto Rico, there's a case going on where dad killed the boyfriend after the boyfriend beat the girlfriend up real bad. He says he'd rather go to jail than go to the cemetery. People have been pouring support for the dad. Yeah, I feel like if there was clear evidence that the boyfriend was a real abuser, like very clear evidence, I got to take the dad's side too. That is a parent who has offspring, who is getting rid of a bad suitor. But murder goes too far, perhaps. So I think that, but it's an interesting thing because sometimes the guy trying to date your daughter can be evil enough that if he's an abuser, he might become violent to the point of murder too. So it's because we hear that in the news. Like there's the girl who just died on the yacht. Did you guys hear about that? Beautiful girl, 20 years old or something, right? She just died. More reports are coming out now. Her throat was slashed. And they believe they know who did it, too. Some dude, I don't remember his name, some dude who worked in that area is being accused of the murder. She's been murdered. She was also sexually assaulted, so they're aware of that as well. She was sexually assaulted because she was half naked, and she was killed because she was hot. That was it. She was hot. Some dude couldn't stand it, couldn't keep his pee-pee in his pants, couldn't control himself, decided he was going to sexually assault her and murder her. Horrible. And the only correct judgment for that is death. You have to put that person to death. I feel like if you murder someone, the judgment must be death. And, of course, they're probably going to put him in jail, and then you and I get to pay millions of dollars for him to stay alive for 50 more years. That's what's going to happen. And it's really frustrating that works that way. It just doesn't make any sense. The girl didn't get justice, and she's not alive, so she can't ask for the death penalty. So it's really, really not right. Anyways, they're probably going to figure out more details on that, and this father that you're talking about protecting his daughter makes perfect sense to me. That's a John Wick story to me. A father protecting his daughter from a potentially murderous boyfriend. That's a John Wick story. I don't care about somebody's poofy dog, It just doesn't appeal emotionally to me at all. So there you go. Lots of fun conversation there. They raised enough funds for bail after they lowered it. Mr. Spittin' Facts. It sounds like the boyfriend committed unalive. Mr. So Logical and Rational. Here in Puerto Rico, Mr. Talking Silliness. All right, I got to go, guys. It's 7:02. I had a nice stream with you guys. Sorry if I was a bit blunt or a bit autistic with the recent conversation, but, sometimes it's fun to share personalities so you know a little more about me. I'll see you guys for the late night stream. See you guys there.